Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. Got a great show lined up for today. Actually, we got two great shows lined up for today. So we are going to switch things up. Normally, we would have to do NBA and MLB together and then wait for college baseball. We're going to flip that around. All right. We're going to do college baseball first, and then give me about 30, 45 minutes, and I'll get MLB and NBA set up together because we don't have all of the MLB props, but we've got everything in college baseball. So if you're looking for strictly NBA, MLB, hey, just hang tight. We'll get you all set up. KC3, good morning. Good morning, buddy. Good to see you, man. So let's start with our picks, and then we're going to go from there. So first, yesterday we go 4-4. All right. Had some plus monies, though, so that's nice. Duke handles business, baby. Clemson handles business, baby. So we get that one there. Louisville took care of business. Wake Forest and Cincinnati. We had this over, I think, by the third inning. Kansas Creighton over 11.5. That was a heck of a game. Good win for Creighton there. And then Nebraska, they fall to Oklahoma. UCLA, we won that one, but NC State got whooped by Stetson. Shout out TJ there. Miami and Alabama over 10, and West Virginia, Kentucky over 10. God, I can't believe both of these did not come through. Brutal there. But 4-4, we are sitting just fine. No losses whatsoever. All right, so let's get into our picks for today, and then we're going to get into what we saw yesterday and what to expect today and weather and all of that. So 4 from me. Yeah, Kirk, that NC State game was brutal, man. It was 5-0, I think, Stetson in the first. We're going to take Tennessee, Cincinnati over 12.5 at -115. We're going to take Florida State, Mississippi State over 11.5, -115. We're going to take Oklahoma and North Carolina over 9.5 at -115. And then we're going to pair Oregon and Oregon State together, money line at +120, because both of them are now sitting do or die, and they both have to win. So those are our 4 plays for today. Now, take a step back, and like I said, we will have a Major League Baseball and NBA show, and if we see any other plays, I'll add them on there. But I just wanted to get started with 4 solid plays for today, and then we can take a look at what we have going on from yesterday and then games today, things that we can take a look at. So let me pull that one off. Okay, we've got that. All right. Let's take a look yesterday at what all went on. Let me pull up a website here. Because there were some upsets, man. It's the best time of the year. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday so far. Oh, God, this site is brutal with pop-ups. So bear with me here. All right. I'm trying to get all these off. Okay. All right, we can see that. Okay. So we're just going to scroll down. And again, apologies for the pop-ups, man. Brian AB just wondered if you saw my email yesterday. I have not, but give me just a bit. I'll check. All right. So North Carolina handled business. Florida, man, they were getting whooped from the beginning there from ECU. Cincinnati handles their business against Wake Forest. Louisville, good win in Nashville against ETSU. Texas, a good win. West Virginia, 4-3 win over Kentucky. Again, I can't believe that team did not have as many runs as it should have been. Florida State, 6-2 over Bethune-Cookman, exactly what you want. Miami beats Alabama. And USC, look at them bats. Got them alive, boy. USC was all over it yesterday. That one was nice to see for the Trojans. Arkansas, they get in and out. Georgia, massive day. 24 to win over Binghamton. Georgia Tech, all over Western Kentucky yesterday, man. Yeah, all over them. Arizona, 3-2 win. Kind of what we thought there. UCLA, bats came alive. Look, boys were swinging, man. Boys were absolutely swinging. Stetson, 11-2 win over NC State, man. It's brutal for NC State. Vanderbilt escapes That was a tight game against Wright State, man. They win 4-3. UTSA gets the win over Kansas State 10-2. Shout out Greg on that one. Tennessee beats Miami of Ohio 9-2. Keep going. Clemson, good win over USC Upstate. Duke, look at Duke, baby. Busted them up. Creighton 11-4 win over Kansas. St. Mary's. Hey, Oregon State, we told you, be careful. Be careful. All right, Columbia over Southern Miss. Man, look. I don't know how much to trust Southern Miss at all. Murray State. Look at that. It's the win over Ole Miss. Auburn, 9-5 win over Central Connecticut. Good win there. Oklahoma beats Nebraska 7-4. That's a great win for Oklahoma. LSU 7-0 over Little Rock. LSU exactly what you want to do in a game one as a 1 seed. And then, yeah, look. Arizona State beats UC Irvine. Woo! Utah Valley beats Oregon. Mississippi State took out Northeastern 11-2. Coastal Carolina 10-2 win over Fairfield, and then Dallas Baptist a 6-2 win over Rhode Island. Eccles said nobody's talking about Mississippi State. That was a good win, man. That was a good win for them. That's a real big win. So that's what we had yesterday. Now, let me pull this off here. Bring this back on. So what we have today, Tennessee, Cincinnati over 12.5. Florida State, Mississippi State over 11.5. Oklahoma, North Carolina over 9.5. And then Oregon and Oregon State. Put those two together, plus 120. Kirk says Georgia is a wagon. Georgia is a wagon. Pull the comments up here. Yeah, they are a wagon, dude. All right, so let's take a look here at the games that we have for today. Keep dropping them in the chat. Like I said, as soon as we get done here, I'll get to work on NBA and Major League Baseball for you. So, Bailey, the thoughts on Oregon and the call at the plate? I know. And that run, man, they ended up needing that run too, didn't they? Oh, dude, that was brutal, man. And they tossed him too, right? That was absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. Dude, the Cincinnati and Cincinnati Wake Forest game, which was game 1 in the Knoxville Regional, the umpires had they had 3 calls overturned by the second inning. The hell was going on? Yeah, Florida did use every pitcher they had yesterday. All right, so let me pull up the lines that we have for today. Again, this is going to be a very utilitarian show today. We're working through it. The MLB and NBA, we'll have all of it: home runs, weather, everything. Speaking of that, let me pull this down real quick. Let's go through weather today. College baseball. Again, these college baseball shows, they're going to be utilitarian. We are working through them together. So, all right. We don't really have too much rain or anything to worry about today, so that's nice. Weather-wise, I've broken this down into 2 segments: early games, afternoon games. Okay, so we're going to do it by wind and we're going to do it by humidity. So this is the early set of games today. All right, so think around noon, right? So this is your wind pattern here. I put up right there in Illinois, 10 mile an hour, just so you can have a gauge. The darker green that it gets, the more wind that you have, right? So where wind is going to be in your favor today, Arkansas a little bit. Vanderbilt a little bit, not much. Tennessee a little bit. Coastal Carolina definitely going to be in your favor. Georgia going to be in your favor. Auburn going to be in your favor. And that's about it. And this is the morning shows here. All right, so I'll get back to the win in just a second. All right, let's take a look at humidity, and this is the morning set of games. Not as great that we have in the morning slate as what we had yesterday. So be careful. Now, you're not facing all aces in terms of pitching, so that is going to work in your favor if you're looking for runs. But again, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of dry air in the morning. A lot of dry air because you don't have any moisture, any rain shelf clouds that are sitting right over it. It will change in the afternoon, but again, Nashville, you'll have all right. About 65% humidity. Knoxville, you're going to have about 70% humidity. Louisiana, you've got a little bit down there in LSU. You have some for the Clemson game a little bit, but again, morning show. I keep saying that. Morning games, be careful. There's just not a lot of humidity. Now, let's flip it over to the wind for game twos today. Wind is almost gone. All right, you can see it. It's almost done, at least for today, right? So this is the night set of games, game twos for said regionals. Again, wind is almost done. So you don't really have a ton that you can. I mean, look at the screen. Knoxville's going to have some, and that's about it. Now, the good news is that humidity opens up tonight. You're going to see a lot of runs tonight in college baseball games. All right. Arkansas, you're going to have humidity. All right. Oxford, Mississippi, you've got humidity. Baton Rouge, you've got humidity. Nashville, you've got humidity. Knoxville, you've got humidity. Clemson, you've got humidity. North Carolina, you've got humidity. Coastal, you've got a little bit of humidity. Auburn, massive amounts of humidity down there. Southern Miss, you're going to have humidity. Florida State, you're going to have humidity. Yeah. So the night games tonight in college baseball are where your runs are going to come from. Again, you don't have the wind, but we will take humidity over wind way further. Way further. Humidity is absolutely the biggest portion of that. So that's our weather. Now, let me take this off. Let me add this in, and let's just take a look here at some games of what we have for today, for tonight. And you guys let me know if you see anything that stands out. Again, this is going to be a very utilitarian show because we're just working through this together. All right, USC Upstate Kentucky. All right, these games you see 11 a.m. All right, that is Central Time. I'm here in Nashville, so 12 p.m. Eastern. All right, so USC Upstate Kentucky, nothing that I see here. Again, I'm going to go through each one of these. You just let me know. There's 16 of them, so or 32 of them. Sorry. So you just let me know. USC Kentucky, meh. Florida Fairfield. I mean, do we trust Florida? Like, they're going to score. I'm certainly not playing that total. I'm thinking about playing Fairfield plus 5.5. You guys tell me. Binghamton, Oklahoma State. I mean, Oklahoma State, it's do or die. But, I mean, I'm not taking minus 750. And I'm certainly not taking minus 4.5. Not that I think that Binghamton's going to score a bunch of runs. That game just kind of seems ugly to me, man. All right, moving down. Wake Forest, Miami of Ohio. And again, these morning games are elimination games. All right. There are teams going home. All right. These are teams that are 0-1 playing against a team that is 0-1. So Wake Forest, Miami of Ohio. Ugh. Northeastern, Bethune-Cookman. I mean, Northeastern, a heavy favorite. But again, I mean, it's pitching that's got them there. Holy Cross in Nebraska. Look, Nebraska's got to win. Minus 270 is it's parable in a 2-leg parlay. Ole Miss, Western Kentucky. My God. I mean, is Ole Miss done in their own regional? This would be a big win for Western Kentucky. It's hard for me to bet against Ole Miss here, but I didn't bet Ole Miss first place to begin with because I didn't trust them. 11.5. That's a play. That total's a play right there because they're just going to have to go. Little Rock and Rhode Island, 12.5. That's a play. I don't know how many runs you're going to get out of Little Rock, but Rhode Island, they'll put some runs up. Andrew said, pair Nebraska and Ole Miss in a 2-leg parlay. Yep, I like that. NC State, Central Connecticut, elimination game. I don't like anything in this one. Oregon and Cal Poly. I took Oregon on the money line. You can't get bounced in your own regional in 2 games, bro. You can't do it. I'm on Oregon money line there. Kansas, North Dakota State. Kansas should handle their business here. But I'm not playing 5.5. And I don't know if I'm playing 13. Oh, those numbers are gross. Alabama and Southern Miss. Southern Miss, you going to get bounced in your own regional? Minus 130 money line. Total of 12. I could see the total in this game. Oh, look at it. Just moved. 11.5. Yeah, I could rock with that over 11.5. Wright State, ETSU, elimination game. That is in Nashville. I could take that 12.5. Look at it. Just went to 13. Yep. I mean, it's elimination game. These 2 teams, there's no pitching in this game. It's just going to be hitting. Dusty, AB, did you say you were taking Oregon on the money line or run line? Money line, and I paired it with Oregon State. So I took Oregon money line, but I found a parlay partner, a little dance partner with it. Houston Christian, Kansas State. I mean, Kansas State's a good parlay piece here. Bibbo gifted 5 DTL memberships. Robert, you are amazing. And sorry, I missed it earlier. Did you say that your daughter, niece, granddaughter, she had a big game? Sorry, drop that in again. I'll make sure that I highlight that out. But Robert, thank you incredibly much. My man Ian said North Carolina, Georgia, Coastal Carolina parlay, and then Texas, USC, UCLA parlay. I like that. That's solid. I like that a lot. UC Irvine, Fresno State. Irvine, you're going to have to win, buddy. It's an elimination game for both of these teams. I'm not messing with the total. Watch out for Fresno, though. Watch out, man. Irvine finds itself in a bad place early. TCU, Oregon State. All right. TCU couldn't hit yesterday. They lose to USC. Oregon State loses to St. Mary's. Oregon State playing at home. I mean, I'm on the money line. I paired it with Oregon. I think that both of those teams, I mean, they have to win. The loser's gone. All right. So that's the last game. All right. And let me pull myself on screen here for a second. Excuse me. God, that was terrible. Sorry. So that's the last game of elimination games. So like I said, morning games are elimination games. All right. Last one is at 2 p.m. Central, TCU and Oregon State. So draw that line. And then now we're getting into teams that are 1-0 playing against a team that is 1-0. So basically both teams that won on Friday. Okay. So Tennessee, Cincinnati. The first one, we took the over, 12.5. It's gone to 13. I feel you on 13. Robert said, granddaughter, Scoops, won rookie of the year. Yeah, Scoops, won rookie of the year. Rising Stars alone, playing fresh. Dude, I love it. Scoops, well done. Oh, so proud of her. She was second best player of the team. They made the championship game, lost to a much better team, but she played very well. Scoops, shout out from all of us. And what an amazing nickname there. Yeah, Robert, that's awesome, man. Be proud of her. I know that you are. We all are. That's great, man. Tell Scoops we said great job. Tennessee, Cincinnati. Yeah, we're on the over on this one. You're gonna see runs. You're gonna see runs. Karen said, "What about NC State, Central Connecticut over?" Let me pull that back up. Yeah, all right. So it's at 12.5. I don't mind it. NC State's going to have to lead this, and I think that they can. And Central Connecticut can score some runs too. You know what, Karen? That's actually a great look. Karen, I'll play that over 12.5 with you. That's a great look. You're going to see two teams that are going to go. Karen, great job. I like that. My man Kirk said ETSU money line, UC Irvine money line, and Arkansas money line parlay plus 109. I like that. They've all got to win. Well, I mean, Arkansas doesn't have to win, but yeah. I mean, I think they're going to. Yeah, I like that a lot. Aaron, Cincy is sneaky. Cincy is unbelievable on the bases. Catcher's going to have their hands full today for Tennessee. All right, so let's jump back to, like I said, Tennessee, Cincinnati is the first game of the 1-0 teams versus 1-0 teams. Yeah, we're on the over that one. Dallas Baptist, LSU. That's going to be a good game. Over 12.5. LSU's got pitching. Dallas Baptist will score some runs, and you're going to have weather that's in your favor here. Yeah. I don't mind that over. I'm not playing it, but I don't mind it. Duke and Georgia. Look at that. Look at that over. Look, both of these teams are smashing. I would play this over. Like, I didn't bet it. I didn't put it on here, 14.5, because it's a big number. But, dude, both of these teams are going to hit. Duke will put up runs on Georgia. Georgia put up runs on Duke. I don't mind that 14.5 at all. Georgia Tech, Murray State, 13.5. Look, Georgia Tech's bats were hot. They're going to score runs. This game comes down to how many are you going to get out of Murray State? Like, how many runs do you need out of Murray State to feel good? All right, so if you're needing 14 runs, okay, that's let's just say an 8-6 game. Let's just say Georgia Tech wins the game. All right, you would need 8-6, 9-5, 10-4, 11-3, 12-2. Like, how much do you trust Georgia Tech? How much do you trust Murray State? This one scares me. I didn't put anything on it, but I mean, Georgia Tech money line is a great play if you're going to parlay that with something. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you could get Georgia Tech money line and an LSU money line, I think that'll, something like that. I don't know what the juice would be. I think those two together, just off the top of my head, 298. I don't know, around minus 140 something. Yeah, Georgia Tech. If I were to play Georgia Tech, or if I would play anything in this game, it'd be Georgia Tech money line parlayed with something. Reed said Murray State pitching. Yes, it has. 100%. That's why I do not trust the over. I'm not saying it can't come in, but if I were to play anything in this, it'd be Georgia Tech. It'd be money line parlayed with something. Father Wells said favorite dog of the day plus 200 or better. Okay, hang tight. We're gonna do that. Let me finish running through it, and then we'll definitely do that. Oklahoma, North Carolina. North Carolina money. Look, we played the over, the 9.5 here. North Carolina money line is a solid play. I know Oklahoma won yesterday against Nebraska. I still don't trust them. North Carolina minus 1.5. Although I would hate to lose the bet if North Carolina won 6-5. You know what I mean? Like, I don't hate the run line 1.5, but I think you've got better chances here just playing the money line parlayed with something, or Playing the over. You could even take the money line and maybe mess with the total and bring that 9.5 down to like 7.5. Florida State against Mississippi State. Look out. Bats are live. We took the over. I think Florida State wins this game, but again, Mississippi State, they came alive, man. West Virginia and Clemson. Look, nothing against West Virginia fans out there, because I love West Virginia. Clemson's a great parlay piece today. Clemson's a great parlay piece. Again, I'm not saying they come out and blow West Virginia. I'm not saying anything of that. But Clemson is a friggin' good baseball team. They are a good baseball team, man. Coastal Carolina, East Carolina. I don't want anything to do with this game. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't trust it at all. Look, Clemson is a great money line parlay piece. I might even add that in our next show here. All right, let me bring down Louisville and Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, watch out. You're gonna have to get them bats going. The same thing that we talked about. You could pitch. We know that. But you're gonna have to get your bats alive. Arkansas and Creighton, man, that's a flipping hell of a game right there. I didn't bet it. Like, I don't hate that over. I don't hate that over at all. Because Creighton's not afraid of Arkansas. I mean, not that any of these teams are afraid of anybody, but Creighton can go in and play with anybody. They're that good of a baseball team. Arkansas, sitting pretty, 1-0 at home. Exactly what you want. John, Louisville beat Vandy a few weeks ago on a Tuesday. Yep. Louisville is live. Like, I'm telling you, Louisville is live as a money line outright to win that damn game. Again, Arkansas, Creighton, that's going to be a hell of a game tonight. Auburn and Stetson. Look out, man. Stetson's bats get going again. Plus 230, that's a play. I don't know how much I trust the over. UTSA and Texas. Like, Texas money line here is solid. We talked about it before. If I'm, the big one seed in a regional, I don't want to be playing teams that are in the same state. The quote unquote little brother. And again, we're not saying that against UTSA, just, using the phrase, right? It's like in football, when, I remember years where Tennessee would schedule MTSU, Middle Tennessee State or somebody. And you're like, oh God, like, not that you're thinking like you're just going to go in and lose. You could, but it's one of those games where somebody gets hurt. It's a fight just to get out of there. I could see that. But like a Texas Clemson could be a solid parlay, money lines. I mean, and that's the fact that you're getting Texas at minus 166. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's Matty Ice just wrapped up a little 5K. Good morning, gang. Good morning, buddy. Well done. Texas money line that's a nice bet that's just hanging there for you. Again, knock on wood, we're not calling anybody, guaranteed wins on anything, but I mean, playing at home, Texas has pitching. Yeah. Columbia, Miami. I mean, Columbia with a big win. I don't want a thing to do with this game. Although Miami money line, not a bad play. Not a bad play. Columbia had a damn near perfect game yesterday. Miami money line's not a bad look. Arizona, Utah Valley, Jesus. I don't want anything. You guys tell me. I have no stomach for that. St. Mary's USC. If USC's bats are alive, not only the money line, like USC money line 250 is solid, but the over 13 could be even better. Yeah, Father Whale, Arizona's hot, but Utah Valley could. Yes, they can. They can swing it, man. Like that game scares the hell out of me, man. St. Mary's USC. If this total were 12.5, I'm all in. UCLA and Arizona State. UCLA. UCLA money line minus 145 is there. Nothing against Arizona State, but I don't want to mess with that total. 13.5 is a lot, but minus 145 UCLA money line. Yeah, I can get down on that. And that's it. All right, so those are the games that we have. What's up back here? Yeah. So Arizona is hot. Yeah. All right. So that's what we got. Let me get the picks back up here. You asked a plus 200 or better. Let me see. Hold on. All right, a plus 200 or better. All right, let me start at the top. Again, welcome to Driving the Line. This is a very utilitarian show. Once we get done with college baseball, I'll stop this one, and then I'll go right into Major League Baseball and the NBA for tonight. So don't worry, you're not going to miss out on those. Just wanted to do college baseball first because these games start early, and wanted to make sure that we got all of the information out there first. We've got time on Major League Baseball and the NBA. Okay, so excuse me, a plus 200 money line or more that's live today. Fairfield could beat Florida. I'm not calling it. I could see Florida just hanging it up, but I don't know if Fairfield's good enough to do that. Binghamton's not going to do it. Miami of Ohio. Excuse me. Sorry to clear my throat. Miami of Ohio is not bad. A plus 210. Miami of Ohio can absolutely beat Wake Forest. Eccles, yeah, find us a partner for Clemson. Okay. Yep, we'll do that. Yep. Miami of Ohio can beat Wake Forest. They could beat them. I'm not saying they do. Plus 3.5 is not a bad look. Northeastern, Bethune-Cookman, nah. Holy Cross in Nebraska, nah. Ole Miss, Western Kentucky, neither of those are 200. Little Rock, Rhode Island, nah. State, Central Connecticut could do it. All right, let's find a 200, then we'll find a partner for Clemson. Oregon and Cal Poly, that didn't fit the 200 criteria. North Dakota State's not beating Kansas. Alabama doesn't fit in it. Wright State TCU doesn't fit in it. I don't think Houston Christian's winning. Fresno State over Irvine. And look, we took Irvine to win it. That's a big game one loss for them. Fresno State could absolutely do that. Cincinnati could beat Tennessee. Cincinnati could absolutely rake on Tennessee today. I'm not kidding. Tennessee's throwing Marcus. Drop that. There goes our second phone. Cincinnati facing off against Marcus Phillips for Tennessee. Look, I'm not saying Tennessee loses, but excuse me. If you want a plus 200 something, Cincy's not a bad look, dude. DBU, LSU. I mean, look, Dallas Baptist could beat LSU. LSU's not playing great, but I'm not calling that. That's a brutal place to go in and win. It is. You talk about home field advantage, for LSU football, it's even more in baseball. The box is just intimidating. Duke, Georgia. That doesn't fit the criteria. Georgia Tech, Murray State. Murray State? Nothing against Murray State. Nothing against Georgia Tech. Murray State could do that. I'm not calling it. I would play Cincinnati over that. Oklahoma, North Carolina doesn't fit. Florida State, Mississippi State doesn't fit. West Virginia, Clemson doesn't fit. East Carolina could beat Coastal. East Carolina could do that. Louisville, Vanderbilt doesn't fit. Creighton could beat Arkansas. Auburn and Stetson. Stetson could beat Auburn. There's no telling what you'll get out of Miami. Utah Valley. Yeah, that could happen. Yeah. You know what? All right, so for the plus 200 question, go back to the top here. You know what? I'm in that Knoxville regional. I think both underdogs are live today. I think Miami at plus 210. I think Cincinnati over Tennessee. Pull it back up. Plus 230. Miami of Ohio plus 210. Cincinnati plus 2. Both in the same regional. Jeff, no, I wanted to do the college baseball show first, and then I'll stop. Give me like 30 minutes, and I'll get all of NBA Major League Baseball up. So don't worry about that. You didn't miss any of it. I just wanted to get college baseball, so we can get everything up because these games start early. Yeah. You know what? My three. All right, let me pull this for 1 second. My three are going to be for a plus 200 or better to win today. Miami of Ohio or Cincinnati or Fresno State. Those three, I think, are your solid plays. Miami of Ohio's got some dudes. And they've got some cats that can hit too. I mean, look, they hung in toe-to-toe yesterday with what might be the number one pick in the draft in Liam Doyle against, on the mound pitching. At home. And coming off two kind of lousy starts. Like, they hung in with him for a while, man. Miami of Ohio's not a bad team, dude. So, yeah, those would be my three. Okay, now, Stetson does have a good line, Justin. So let me pull it up. Stetson against Auburn, plus 230. Yep. If Stetson swings like they did. All right, now, we said we needed a money line partner with Clemson. I think Texas. All right, let me go through it again here. So let me find the Clemson game first so we know what we're dealing with. Sorry. All right, Clemson minus 180 against West Virginia. So trying to find a parlay partner with them. So minus 180. I mean, Texas is going to be tough to beat. Oregon is solid. Oregon and Clemson. Okay, so Clemson is the piece. Now we need to find a dance partner. Oregon is absolutely there. Excuse me. Right? Nope. Nope. LSU, if the juice works, is a good play. North Carolina is a good play. Texas is. I think it's Texas. I think Texas and Clemson parlay together. I think that's the look. Yep. I think that's the look, man. That's where I'd go. All right, let me get the picks up here, and then we'll jump out of here and get to work. Nick May said, AB, thoughts on the Oregon drama? Dude, that was brutal, man. Like, the way that all of that played out, the fact that, they take the run off the board, then toss the kid, and then look at the final score, 6-5. Like, I think Oregon comes out pretty pissed off today. Cal Poly could get whooped. Yeah, that was drama, dude. That was just absolute madness. All right, our picks today: Tennessee, Cincinnati over 12.5, Florida State, Mississippi State over 11.5, Oklahoma, North Carolina over 9.5, and then Oregon and Oregon State money lines together at plus 120. All right, we'll jump out of here. Give me 35 minutes. Let me finish up all of the MLB, the NBA. We'll break that down, and do you guys want to? All right, do you guys want to do that live, or do you want me to record it? We'll just do it live. What was that? We'll do it live. What was that guy's name? Bill something. One of those political dudes. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is. God, what was that guy's name? Bill something. Oh, I think he was. Well, I can't remember. Anyways, if you know the clip I'm talking about, it's funny. Okay. All right, we'll do it live. All right, give me like 30 minutes and I'll tweet out. But all right, so there we go. It's college baseball. Let's crush all these picks today. Like we said, sitting just fine after a crazy day of regional game ones. So we've got 32 more games today. All right, let's get it, everybody. O'Reilly, that's what it was. O'Reilly. All right. So, all right, everybody, best of luck. Cash these tickets, and we will see you here in just a couple minutes. Thank you. Who's got it better than us? Nobody!